हो गया. Hi, I am Vidushi Tyagi, and you are watching Daily News Simplified, an answer to what, why, and how of newspaper analysis from the UPSC perspective. So today we have taken up important articles from the Hindu, the Business Line, and the Indian Express newspaper. So today we have three mains related topics and three prelims related topics. So for the mains, we have cross voting in Rajya Sabha election, because recently cross voting happened in the Rajya Sabha election in 3 states. And you know that cross voting is related to defection, which is important theme from the UPSC perspective under GS paper 2. Then second discussion we'll have on internationalization of rupee, because India is looking ahead to use its own domestic currency for bilateral trade. Now, why we have taken it? Because mobilization of resources and international trade is important theme from the GS paper 3 perspective. Then third discussion we'll have on status of regulatory bodies in India, because there's an article which talks about issues pertaining to regulatory bodies in India. Now you know, quasi-judicial body, statutory body, regulatory bodies. These are important theme from the UPSC GS2 paper perspective, that is under polity and governance. Then this is about the mains. Now for pre, we have taken Melanochlamys droupadi. It is like recently Geological Survey of India, they have found a new sea slug species and named it after President of India. Now UPSC has been asking questions on species which are in news, so that's why we have taken it. Next question is on hydrogen fuel cell, because recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated hydrogen fuel cell ferry in Varanasi. Now, alternative fuel technology is important from the prelims perspective. And last question is on PM Surya ghar, Mufti bill yojna. Mufti bill yojna. And why we have taken? Because Union Cabinet has approved 75,000 crore for the implementation of this yojna, and UPSC has been asking question on schemes or yojnas specifically related to renewable energy. So these are the three prelims related topic. Now, if you like our initiative, please do like our videos, subscribe our channel. So now without wasting time, let's start with our session. So first discussion we'll have on this article, which appeared on page number 12 in the Hindu newspaper. Okay. Sorted? Okay. So first discussion is based on this news article, which appeared on page number 12 in the Hindu newspaper. Context of this news is that recently 3 states, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, and Karnataka. These 3 states witnessed cross voting by MLAs to different parties in Rajya Sabha election. Now, cross voting is an issue. Why? Because it questions the sanctity of election procedures. Okay. Now, to understand what is cross voting or intricacies involved in this article, first you need to know about the election procedures with respect to Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So let's first take up election procedure for Lok Sabha. You know, members in Lok Sabha, they are directly elected by the people, directly elected by the people from that particular territorial constituency and that state. Okay, and this election is based on principle of universal adult franchise. Okay, UAF. Universal adult franchise, that means anyone who is above 18 can vote for their respective candidate, and the person who will secure the maximum amount of vote will win the election. Okay. So this is about the Lok Sabha. Now let's see election procedure with respect to Lok Sabha. Here, members are elected by elected members of State Legislative Assembly. Okay, so here members are elected by elected members of State Legislative Assemblies. Now, this system is based on system of proportional representation. Proportional representation. Okay. As Lok Sabha is based on universal adult franchise, this is based on proportional representation. And here, seats are allocated to different states based on their population. Got it? So here, seats are allocated on the basis of population. So you take example of UP, large state. So UP is having total 31 seats. And here we have small states like Sikkim, Tripura, they are having 1 seat. Okay, so this demarcation is based on the basis of population. Now, to understand that how elected members are elected by the members of State Legislative Assembly, we have 2 formulas. So if any state is having 1 vacancy or 1 seat is vacant, there we have this formula. That is total number of votes divided by number of Rajya Sabha seats plus 1, then plus 1. So here, if any state is having more than 1 vacancy, then we have this formula, that is number of votes multiplied by 100 divided by vacancies plus 1, then plus 1. So let's understand this with the help of example. Let's take an example of Himachal Pradesh. So here, total number of votes, or you can say members, Himachal Pradesh is having 68 members. That means total number of votes 68. See, 1 seat is vacant there. So 68 divided by number of Rajya Sabha seats plus 1 and then plus 1. Okay, so 34 plus 1, this will come 35. So here in Himachal Pradesh, to win election, one candidate need 35 votes. Okay. If any state having more than 1 seat, here we'll take an example of UP. Suppose UP is having large state, 399 members. So number of votes equal to 399. So 399 multiplied by 100. Then vacancies is 10 plus 1. It will come roughly 36. Then plus 1. And it will come 37. So to win election here, you need 37 votes. Okay. I hope you understand these 2 formulas. Now, common factor here is total number of votes. So if any political party having more members in assembly, definitely they will have more number of votes. And what this number of votes will ensure? It will ensure that smooth victory of their fielded candidates. Yes. So now, what happened in Himachal Pradesh? Let me tell you here. See what happened in Himachal Pradesh. Here Congress party is having 40 MLAs. Got it? And to win election, just now we have seen one person, like how many votes you need? 35. And they are having 40 MLAs. So logically, Congress would have won this election. Yes. But contrary side, what happened? BJP won the election. And you will be amazed to know that BJP is having only 25 MLAs. See, this is Congress side. and this is BJP side. BJP is having 25 MLAs, Congress is having 40 MLAs, they need 35 seats to win, and then also BJP won the election. Somewhere they got 10 extra votes. Okay. So here, few members from the Congress, they voted for the BJP candidate. And this is known as cross-voting. Cross-voting is that when elected members, they have crossed the vote or they have crossed the sides in matter of election. Congress candidate voted for BJP guy. That's how BJP won the election. Now, next question you will ask that whether we have any legal provision to curb this practice. Yes, we have. We have Representation of People Act 1951 amendment and this amendment carried out in year 2003. According to this, this amendment can stop any legislative assembly member from legislative assembly from voting against their party line. Okay, so here, according to this act, this Congress guy would have not voted for the BJP guy. So here there's a provision of open ballot system. Now, what do you mean by open ballot system? Open ballot system is that you need to show your ballot paper to the authorized agency. Okay, and not showing your ballot to authorized agency and showing to someone else will disqualify your vote. Okay, now this is valid for a candidate belonging to some political party. For independent candidate, or you can say independent candidate is barred from showing their ballot paper. Okay, so this is about Representation of People Act 1951 amendment. Then we have another legal provision, that is 10th schedule, that is anti-defection law. According to this, legislator, they are barred, or they should not go against their party whip decision, or they should follow their party's whip decision as per 10th schedule. Now, 10th schedule is applicable to it's not applicable to Rajya Sabha election. Okay, so here you cannot go against your party's whip decision. Okay, and here it is not applicable to Rajya Sabha election. Got it? So this is about anti-defection law. Now, interesting part is that 6 MLAs from the Congress side, they are disqualified based on this 10th schedule. See, just now we have seen that this schedule is not applicable to Rajya Sabha election, but these candidates, they are disqualified based on this schedule. So definitely they will go court against this decision. Yes. Now, is this the first time something happening like this, or in past something happened? So in past, let's see Supreme Court stand based on the same issue. First is Kuldeep Nair versus Union of India, and second case is Rajiv S. Naik and Sanjay versus Union of India. So in this case, Supreme Court upheld that system of open ballot for Rajya Sabha election. You need to show your ballot paper. Okay. Second, court also held that an elected MLA of a political party will not face disqualification under 10th schedule. Okay. So according to this 6 members, you cannot disqualify them on the basis of 10th schedule, as we go with this Kuldeep Nair judgment. Okay. Second is Rajiv S. Naik and Sanjay versus Union of India 1994. Here, Supreme Court established that formally resigning is not the only way out to give up your membership in Rajya Sabha. Your in-house and out-house conduct need to be examined to determine your qualification, or your disqualification or giving up your membership should be based on in-house and out-house conduct. Okay. So this is about Rajiv S. Naik. So if you see this judgment, then the 6 candidates from Congress side, they went against the party's decision. They voted for the BJP guy. Yes. So they went against party decision. So to determine their disqualification, you need to see conduct of member both inside and outside the house. Okay. Just by giving formal resignation will not work. We have to see, we have to examine this as well, their conduct as well, to determine their disqualification. So these members can be disqualified based on this judgment. Okay. So this is about the Supreme Court stand here. Now we know what is cross voting. We know what happened in the 3 states. We know election procedures with respect to Lok Sabha and election procedures with respect to Rajya Sabha. We have seen 2 formulas. And if you have any doubt, please write in the comment box. And now we have seen legal provisions associated with the election procedures. Then we have seen past cases with respect to the same issue. And now, author, he raised some concern that cross voting in Rajya Sabha is a serious concern because it undermined the fairness of election procedures. Because somewhere, party, or you can say ruling party, they will get the benefit because of this unprincipled tactics, or you can say practices. So we know now that cross voting is a serious concern. So in this article, the author suggested few way out. The first way out is that Supreme Court may initiate suo motu public interest litigation on cross voting. This is the first way out given by the author in this article. Then second is that voting against one's political party in Rajya Sabha could be construed as voluntary abandonment of party membership. Just now we have discussed. It is on the same line of Rajiv S. Naik case. So if you decided to go against party decision, it should be considered as voluntary abandonment of party membership. Okay. So that such a scenario may be valid ground for disqualification under the 10th schedule. Got it? So if court decides on disqualification based on cross voting, it could act as a deterrent in preventing such incidents in future. Okay, which is much needed after looking so many cases. Got it? So this is all about cross voting in Rajya Sabha. Now let's come to the second discussion. See, our second discussion is based on this news article, that is globalizing the rupee, because India is looking up to have transaction based on domestic currency. And this article appeared on page number 6 in the business line. Now, what do you mean by, see, what is globalizing the rupee? For that, you need to understand what is global currency. See, currency that is used across different countries for trading purpose, for financial transaction. That means that is globally accepted currency. Okay. So, you know, dollar is the most acceptable global currency, and dollar has been dominating this place since last 50 years. But recently, what happened? There's a decline in this dominance, and which is quite evident if you see forex reserves, or foreign exchange reserves of country. There you can see that that dollar reserve is declining, and it is because of reshuffling in global economic system. You must have heard about Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, so India is trading with Russia on the basis of domestic currency. So the question is, to make India more prominent in international transaction, we need to go for globalizing the rupee. Okay, and globalizing the rupee has its own merits and demerits. So let's see merits and demerits of globalizing the rupee one by one. See, first we'll discuss the benefits of globalizing the Indian rupee. First benefit is it limits exchange rate risk. See, by using Indian rupee for international exchange, or you can say transactions, companies no need to worry about INR value or Indian rupee value changing against the value of that trading partner currency, you can say. For example, any exporter wants to sell their product in Germany, then they don't need to worry about INR value with respect to euro. So it will limit exchange rate risk. Second benefit is that it will reduce the cost of capital. How it will reduce the cost of capital? Because now you know that Indian rupee is widely accepted according to this norm. Then you can have money from international investors also, or you can have money from various financial institutions. Okay, it's easy to get money because now rupee is globally recognized. So it's easy to take loans for any startup. They will get easy loan, and even foreign investors, they will also invest because some kind of surety is there. So that investment definitely will lead to capital formation. Yes, if they invest in different startups, and this will in turn will lead to growth and will generate employment, which is good for the economy. Got it? Then third benefit is financing deficits in domestic currency. See, it's easy to finance deficit in domestic currency because India can raise money by issuing bonds in domestic currency rather going for foreign currency, which is again a cause of concern because of risk of exchange fluctuation or currency fluctuation. Okay, so here government can issue bonds in domestic currency to finance deficits, okay, rather going for foreign one. Now, fourth benefit is that it will reduces the requirement for maintaining large forex reserves. Yes, when you have your own domestic currency to go for international transactions, then why you will maintain large reserves of forex reserve? Yes, that means that if you are going for a trip to some foreign country, then you don't need to exchange or go for currency exchange because your home currency is acceptable at the foreign destination. Okay, so it will reduces the requirement for maintaining large forex reserves. Then it will lower the impact of capital outflows. Yes, if your currency is widely acceptable, then it can stabilize economy against the frequent withdrawal of foreign investment. Yes. So these are the 5 benefits of globalizing the Indian rupee. Now we have seen the merits. Now let's see a few demerits as well associated with globalizing of Indian rupee. So first in this is volatility of exchange rate. Yes, because now your currency is globally connected. So currency value might fluctuate because it is now globally connected. So there is issue of volatility of exchange rate. Second issue is with respect to monetary policy implication. Let's understand this, that it will be very difficult for Reserve Bank of India to control inflation, stimulate growth, simultaneously, and maintaining Indian rupee circulation in international market. It's very difficult for RBI to control inflation also, to stimulate growth also, and to maintain the rupee circulation in for international traders as well. So you must have heard about impossible trinity. Impossible trinity is that it's very difficult for any country to have these 3 situations or to satisfy these 3 situations. And these are free, let me change the color, free capital movement. Okay. First, to ensure free capital movement. Then, second is to have exchange rate stability. First, you are maintaining, ensuring free capital. Then you are maintaining exchange rate stability. And then you have independent monetary policy also. So, these three conditions, quite, it's very difficult for any country to have these three. That's why these three situations known as impossible trinity. Then another challenge is accentuate external shocks. Now any global finance issue could hit your currency harder because now your currency is globally connected. So if any issue happening in Russia or Germany, now it will impact domestic currency because now it is more connected. Then uncertainty in estimation of foreign demands, because it is very difficult to predict the how much currency will be needed in international market, and which again become a cause of concern for economic planning. Okay, so uncertainty in estimation of foreign demands. So these are the challenges associated with internationalization of currency. Okay, volatility. Now currency is globally connected. Monetary policy implication, because it will be very difficult for RBI to control inflation, to stimulate growth, and then to regularize the flow for international traders. Then external shock, which now because of this it will impact currency more harder. Then uncertainty in estimation, very difficult to predict. So somewhere it will be a cause of concern for economic planning. So these are the challenges. Now, in this article, we have few way forwards or way out. The first way out is the internationalization of rupee would require continued effort to improve macroeconomic fundamentals and financial markets. So in the meantime, what we can do, we can have our calibrated approach towards current account convertibility. Okay. So for capital, we can focus on macroeconomic fundamentals, financial market. Then internationalization use of rupee, it requires sufficient rupee liquidity, both at government and central bank level, both domestic and foreign. Okay. So this will somewhere restore or provide the requisite confidence to all the stakeholders engaged in this process. You take it market agents, you take it economy agents, anyone. Then for globalizing, we need robust Indian rupee dominated payment mechanism for cross-border transactions and timely interbank transfer. So because of these two, because these two will ensure seamless flow of currency. Yes. So for that, we need robust dominated Indian rupee dominated payment mechanism and timely interbank transfer. Okay. And last but not the least, easing regulatory hurdles. Easing of Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, revisiting regulatory guidelines to remove frictions in the current Financial Action Task Force, that is FATF, and Prevention of Money Laundering Act, which would be very important in this regard. Okay, so these are the different way outs with respect to globalization of Indian rupee. Now, taking currency to a global level or globally accepted level is a gradual process. So we have enough time to fix our problems or to identify our problems. Still we have time. Okay. So this is about the globalization of Indian rupee. Now let's come to the third mains article, which is based on this news which appeared on page number 7 in the business line. Now, context of this article is that this article talks about the multifaceted issue faced by regulatory authorities in fulfilling their duties. Okay. And highlight of this article is that the task of regulators may not involve physical demanding actions. Okay. They may not involve physical demanding actions like deep sea diving. Okay. But they are quite critical in regulating or ensuring the functioning of essential sectors like energy, like infrastructure, like environment, etc. Now, in starting, I told you that statutory bodies is important theme from the GS2 perspective. Okay. And in this article, we will cover what is the utility of having regulation, why we need regulation, and what are the challenges associated with the regulatory bodies, and we'll end our discussion with a way out. So let's start with a question, what is regulation? So here I would like to quote Thomas Jefferson. Let me change the color. Thomas Jefferson, because according to Thomas Jefferson, government is created to secure the rights of all citizens, like right to life, liberty, etc. So government is created to ensure the rights of all citizens. But if everyone is allowed to enjoy their complete freedom, then definitely it will lead to a situation where if someone is enjoying right, like their own right, then they are somewhere affecting somebody else. Yes? So it may lead to a situation where rights and freedom of other person can get affected. True? For that reason, or because of this, it necessitates the role of government as a regulator. And for that, state enact laws, and these laws, they impose reasonable restrictions on the activities of citizens in a larger interest. Then only everyone can enjoy their freedom. Got it? So for now, you imagine for single entity, it's very difficult to control or monitor all the laws or to enforce all the laws. For that, they created organization. So different organizations are there to enforce different set of laws, to ensure or to monitor. Okay. Now the question is that, or you can say the issue is to have optimum balance or optimum regulation, which is quite challenging here. Optimum regulation, which is quite challenging here because you need a fine balance between individuals' freedom, and society's interest. For optimum regulation, you need to find a fine or delicate balance between individuals' freedom and society interest. Okay. And we have special category of regulatory system, like CERC is there for electricity. We have TRI for telecom sector. We have SEBI for share market. Got it? Now, these with this, you know what is regulation, and we have different regulatory bodies, and these regulatory bodies, they are facing different issues. Let's see those issues one by one. The first issue is, see, these regulatory bodies, they are governed by different laws. Okay. And one regulatory body governed by different laws, definitely there will be variation with respect to appointment, with respect to tenure, with respect to removal of various regulatory authorities. Okay. So objective of setting these regulatory authority is similar. Purpose of setting these regulatory authority is similar. But variation with respect to appointment, variation with respect to tenure is a cause of concern. Okay, that is regulatory complexity. Now, in this regard, author raises different set of questions and we'll see each one by one. So the first question raised by author here is that are regulators truly independent? Let's see. See, most of the posts in these regulatory authority is taken up by retired bureaucrats. You all know that. Top position or top key positions taken by the retired bureaucrats, and how they got this position. This is dependent on the equation shared with the government. The kind of equation they are sharing with the government. On that basis, one will get the job or one will get the place or not. Okay. So you can say that regulatory authority, they are the parking lot of retired bureaucrats. Got it? Now, just now we have discussed that we have different laws governing different regulatory bodies, and there is a variation with respect to appointment, variation with respect to tenure, variation with respect to removal of various regulatory authorities. So there's a variation. So there's a lack of sync, or you can say lack of uniformity in tenure and removal process. Got it? So in crux, you can see that for appointment, for removal, for tenure, they are dependent on government. Now, if they are dependent on government, then how you can claim that they are independent? Okay. Come to the next challenge. Interface with government. See, there's a confusion, or you can say there's a confusion between regulator and choice of policy and regulator matters. See, there's a confusion whether regulator should pursue government policy or should follow the interested task. See, let's understand this with the help of example. Government policy is to extend digital penetration, and regulator role is he is interested with to promote net neutrality. So there is a clash whether he should go with the government agenda or he should do what he meant to do. Okay, so there is a kind of clash there. That is interface with government. Okay, now they are not only dependent for appointment or tenure, they are also dependent for budgetary allocation, staff appointment. Okay, so from the appointment to tenure to purpose they should serve to staff appointment, they are dependent on government. Then where is their independent role? And how you can say that these regulatory authorities are independent? Got it? Now, you have seen that how important is the independency here. But this independency should not come without accountability. Okay, you know what is the importance of independency here, but it should not come without accountability, because these both values, they go hand in hand. And for that reason, this author given different features to ensure accountability of these regulatory bodies. Let's see those features. So, first is that they have been constituted on the basis of status quo, which also lays down terms of appointment and removal of board members. So definitely it will ensure, this will fix accountability. Yes. Then decisions can be appealed against before a specified appellant authority. So you can say that their decision now is not absolute. This is to ensure their accountability. Suggestion is that their decision can be challenged. So that definitely this will ensure accountability. So naturally, they are also subject to writ jurisdiction of High Court and Supreme Court. Then Accounts of regulator are audited by CAG. So if their accounts audited by CAG, definitely it will maintain accountability, or it will ensure accountability. Then Parliament oversight has been through occasional appearance before the parliamentary committee. So it is there, but it is having occasional touch. So according to author, it should be more often. So parliamentary oversight is needed. So these are the different features to ensure accountability provided by the author. Now, we know what is regulation. Why do we need regulation? We know challenges pertaining to different regulatory bodies. They have same set of challenge. So we know challenges related to different regulatory bodies. We also know different features to ensure their accountability given in this article. Now let's see few way forward, or you can see few way out. So the first way out is, first recommendation you can see is that there should be a detailed review before establishing a regulator. For what? To ensure or to align policy objective of the relevant department. Okay. So it will ensure the creation of a regulator is necessary and beneficial for achieving the goal. Then management statement. Each ministry or department should develop a management statement which should clarify objectives, roles, interaction, guidelines between government and regulator. Because this will serve as a guide to the stakeholders, and after this both parties can understand their set of responsibilities. Okay, when we have clarified, or you can say when we have a management statement defining objectives, roles of stakeholders. Okay, then we have discussed this issue, uniformity, that there is lack of uniformity. So uniformity in terms of appointment and tenure by making process transparent, credible and fair, and standardizing the tenure to 3 years or until 65 years. So then appointment set will be same for every regulatory body. So to set a common norm. Then external evaluation guideline. There should be body of external experts for the periodic evaluation of regulators. Then to have impact assessment, again by having impact assessment by external agencies. Okay. Then uniformity in regulatory structure. There is need for greater uniformity in structure of regulatory bodies. Okay. So these are the different way outs with respect to regulatory bodies. Now, here we done with our mains. If you have any issue with respect to mains topic, please write down in the comment box. Now, let's come to the pre-section. So first topic here we have taken is Melanochlamys droupadi. Context is, as I told you, Geological Survey of India, they discovered a they discovered sea slug, and the species is named after President Murmu. Okay. So here you can see image of sea slug. It is a marine species of shield sea slug with ruby red spot. Okay. And it was found in Digha of West Bengal coast and Udaipur of Odisha coast. If we go with the morphology, it is short. You can see in this image, it is short, blunt and cylindrical body and a smooth dorsal surface. Dorsal means upper side or back of the sea slug. So additional feature is the sea slug is having two dorsal, which is equal or unequal in size. Name the interior cephalic. Anterior means relating to the head part, and posterior shield, that is back part, or you can say rear part. It is a small invertebrate. Invertebrate means cold-blooded animal without bones. Okay, so this sea slug is cold-blooded without bones, with a maximum length of 7 millimeter. Got it? Brownish black in color, with a ruby red spot in hind end shell inside the body. It is hermaphrodite in nature, that means both male and female, or you can say both male and female possess reproductive organ, and it is a common trait of sea slug, and they normally crawling on the intertidal zone. Intertidal zone means area that is above water when there is low tide, and it's underwater when there is high tide. So that they are normally crawling on the intertidal zone. The sea slugs continuously secrete transparent mucus to form a sheath that prevents and grains from entering parapodial space. Okay, and it crawls beneath smooth sand to form a moving capsule where the body is rarely visible. So they crawl beneath smooth surface to form a moving capsule. So this is all about this species, that is sea slug. Now, why we have taken this topic? Because UPSC has been asking on species appeared in news, as there was a question on species of banana plant in year 2016. So let's come to the practice question. Question says, recently our scientists have discovered a new distinct marine species which is small invertebrate with a maximum length of 7 millimeter and named after President Murmu. Now you know the answer. So if you know the answer, write in the comment box. And that's all about this sea slug. Now let's come to our next topic. Context is that Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually launched India's first indigenously developed hydrogen-powered ferry, which will be deployed for service at Varanasi. Got it? So let's see some quick facts about hydrogen-powered ferry. It is 24-meter long. In this image, you can see it is 24-meter long and it can carry 50 people. It is manufactured by Cochin Shipyard Limited, and it is built at the cost of 18 crores, and in that 75% met by Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. This vessel uses 50 kilowatt proton exchange membrane cell, fuel cell. So this is something new. So this vessel uses 50 kilowatt PEM fuel cell. We'll see this thing in our discussion, with lithium iron phosphate batteries. And this vessel also have 5 hydrogen cylinders, and they can carry 40 kg of hydrogen and can support 8 hours of operation. Okay, and the beauty of this ferry is that this vessel has zero emission, zero noise, and quite energy efficient. This makes these 3 factors make this ferry, you can say, environment friendly. Okay, so these are the key facts about hydrogen powered ferry. Now here we have seen one term, proton exchange membrane fuel cell or polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cell. So to understand this fuel cell, first you need to understand fuel cell. Okay. So let's understand fuel cell. Let me draw one diagram for you. So fuel cell, it's a device that converts chemical energy into electrical energy with the help of electrochemical reactions. Okay, so fuel cell is device that converts chemical energy into electrical energy by electrochemical reaction. Now here in this diagram we have anode, cathode and electrolyte. So here fuel is hydrogen. Okay. So this hydrogen loses electron and this will become positive. Okay. So what is happening here? Here oxidation at anode. Oxidation at anode means losing electron and getting positive charge. On the other side we have cathode and here fuel is oxygen. Okay. So this oxygen gains electron from the anode and here reduction is happening. Reduction at cathode. So oxygen here gains electron and it will get negative charge. Now current flows from positive to negative. So this electrolyte here, it allows smooth transfer of ions while forcing them to pass through external circuit generating electricity. Got it? So this ensures smooth transfer of ions through external circuit generating electricity. So ions flowing from anode to cathode, positive to negative, generating electricity. That's how chemical energy is getting converted into electrical energy with the help of or by electrochemical process, or you can say reaction. This is about fuel cell. Okay. Now, this article talks about polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cell. So as name goes, here electrolyte is polymer. And this is made up of perfluorosulfonic acid material, also known as naphthalene. Okay. So this acts as electrolyte here. Let's see this image. And the key characteristic of this electrolyte is that it allows transport of protons. We'll see in this diagram. So you just remember that key feature of this membrane is that it allows transport of protons through the membrane while blocking the passage of electrons. Okay. Now let's see this diagram. So here let's see this image. So here you can see that anode, cathode and polymer as electrolyte. So here hydrogen is typically supplied, okay, and it undergoes electrochemical oxidation. So we will get protons and electrons, okay. Now what is the use of this electrolyte? Just now we have seen that it allows the transport of protons. So protons will move from anode to cathode, okay. You can see protons will move from anode to cathode, but it will block the passage of electrons, okay. And these electrons, they will pass through external circuit and generate electricity, okay, and will have water and heat as a byproduct. Got it? So here protons will go from anode to cathode, and here platinum, I hope you can see, yes, platinum is used as a catalyst. Okay, on the anode and cathode for the facilitate or to facilitate electrochemical reaction. Now you know what is the purpose of cathode. It speed up chemical reaction, okay, to make it more faster. So platinum is used here as a catalyst. So this is about polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cell. Okay. Now let's solve MCQ based on this info. Why we have taken? Because UPSC has been asking question on alternative fuel technologies. Like there was a question with based on fuel cell in year 2015. So here we have practice question on polymer electrolyte membrane, that is PEM fuel cell. So the first statement is cell combines hydrogen with oxygen to produce electricity with water and heat as a byproduct. This we have seen that cell combines hydrogen anode side, oxygen cathode side to produce electricity with water and heat as a byproduct. This makes our first statement correct. Okay, correct. Now, here we need to find out the correct statement. So, first statement is correct. Now, the second statement, the membrane used in the cell allows electrons to pass through it. Read this line carefully. Membrane used in the cell allows, mark this word, electron to pass through it while blocking the passage of protons. But in diagram, what we have seen, that membrane or polymer membrane, it allows protons to pass through it from anode to cathode while blocking the passage of electrons. So this makes our second statement incorrect. So with this info, our second statement is incorrect. Now let's come to the third statement. This cell operates at relatively high temperatures, leading to long startup time. Again, this statement is incorrect. Why? Because this cell operates at relatively low temperature, leading to short startup time. That is the utility of setting a hydrogen ferry cell with PEM fuel cell. That's why we are using polymer electrolyte membrane cell, because they can operate at relatively low temperature and leading to short startup time. So this makes our third statement incorrect. Now you know the answer. Okay. So answer is option A, only one. So now let's come to our last topic for pre, which is based on this article which appeared on page number 15 in the Hindu newspaper. So context of this news article is that Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi approved PM Surya, ghar, Muft, bijli, yojna, with a total outlay of 75,000 crore for installing rooftop solar and providing free electricity up to 300 units to 1 crore households. Okay. This is about this yojna. So let's see other important features. So the major highlight of the scheme is that this households will apply for subsidy through national portal. Okay, they will apply for subsidy through national portal. So we have national portal, which will help households to select suitable vendors for installing rooftop solar. So this particular national portal will help households to make their decision to find a suitable vendor. So this portal will provide info about vendor rating, about benefit calculator, other relevant information. So somewhere this portal will assist household in their decision making. Okay. Then household will be able to access collateral free low interest loan products of around 7% at present for installation of residential RTS, that is rooftop solar system up to 3 kilowatts. Then another important feature is that there is a concept of model solar village. So there will be model solar village in each district, which will act as a role model for adoption of RTS, rooftop solar. Okay. And Panchayati Raj institutions, urban local bodies, they will get the benefit because they will get the incentive for promoting RTS in their particular areas. Okay. So this is a key feature of this yojna. Now you know what will be the obvious impact. Yes, it will save electricity bills, and households can earn additional income through the sale of surplus power to discoms. Okay, so this is important feature. Then addition of 30 gigawatt of solar capacity through RTS. Then obviously it will reduce carbon emission. So it will reduce 720 million tons of carbon equivalent emission over 25 years lifetime of rooftop solar system. Okay, which is good for the environment. And this scheme will generate employment. It is estimated that it will create roughly 17 lakh direct jobs. Got it? So now you know about the key features of this yojna. So let's solve practice MCQ based on same info. Why we have taken, as I told you, UPSC has been asking question based on recent developments associated with renewable energy. There was a question on net metering in 2016. So let's solve our practice question. So here 3 statements we have given with respect to PM Surya Ghar Yojna, and you need to identify the correct statement. First statement is a model solar village will be developed in every district of the country. Yes, model solar village will be developed in every district, which will serve as a role model to promote RTS, that is rooftop solar. So this is correct statement. Second statement is households are allowed to sell additional powers to discom. Yes, we have seen this thing, that in this households are allowed to earn additional income through selling by selling additional power to discoms. Okay, so again this statement is correct. Third statement, state government, read the statement carefully. State governments are empowered to select a suitable vendor for installing rooftop solar. But what we have seen, we have national portal. Yes, told you that national portal is there to assist households to select a suitable vendor for installing rooftop solar. Okay, so this makes our third statement incorrect. Now you know the answer, only 2 statements, that is option B. Now, if you have any doubt, please write in the comment box. And if you like our video, please do like, share, subscribe our channel. That's all for today. Stay tuned for more such updates. Thank you.